Back at 8:37 with the most decorated U.S. Winter Olympian of all time. Apolo Ohno won 3 short track speed skating medals in Vancouver this year, including bronze in the 5,000-meter relay, bringing his record-setting career haul to 8. Now he's written a new book called Zero Regrets, Be Greater Than Yesterday. Apolo, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's start with the title, Zero Regrets. Is that your motto, and how did you come to have that as your motto?
Well, the title of the book, the reason why I chose it's kind of interesting. It's not saying that I have zero regrets in my life. It's more about the pursuit of trying to reach zero regrets, sometimes as seemingly impossible as it may be. It's about carrying the struggle forward every single day, and no matter kind of how life plays out for you. If you get knocked down, get back up. There's no guarantees in life, but in order for us to push on every single day, we need to give like we're going to have zero regrets.
And your preparation for Vancouver is a good example of that, isn't it?
Very good example. You know, in preparation for Vancouver, I had to change my mind, my body, and I had to be a totally different person. And in order for me to do so, it was a total transformation process. And I had to take it to basically an entirely new level. So that's the way that I had to do it.
What did you do exactly? Why would you have to change?
Everything from my diet to the way that I was training to my sleep patterns. I had to train my body to be somebody different. And I went from I lost 25 pounds from my first Olympic Games until these past games when I weighed in at 140. But I was much stronger. So it was about a battle of will and of triumph, and basically doing things when people said no, that you can't do them, and believing in your heart that anything is possible, and always continuing on.
So no matter what happens, in other words, you'll have no regrets in the sense that you tried your best.
Right, right. I mean, when you think about it, my life has been 4 years of training dedicated towards a race that lasts 40 seconds. I mean, it's kind of insane in a sense. And I had to take that mentality of, okay, how can I make sure that I'm going to be satisfied with my career, win, lose, or draw? There's no guarantees that I'm going to go and represent my country and stand on top of the podium. So I have to say, okay, that my time spent away from the sport, do I miss the winning? Do I miss standing on top of the podium? What is really truly important to me?
And what did you determine?
It's not about always the medal chase. Obviously, that's a goal of mine. I'm a diehard competitor, but the journey along the way is what I truly enjoy, and that's what I want the reader to take from the book, and it's applicable towards any walk of life. Is that finally when we reach our destination, when we look back on memories, it's that journey of time that we truly enjoy. It's the training. It's the time when I was at my lowest points in my career. How did I overcome that? The self-doubt, the insecurities, going head-to-head with your own fears, and coming out on top and learning to overcome them and turning them into opportunities to become a better person than you were yesterday.
I find it interesting that the first line from chapter 1 is, I know almost nothing about my mother.
Yeah.
And you go on to say you learned her name. Yeah. Obviously. It was Jerry Lee.
Jerry Lee.
Jerry Lee, and she was an orphan, you know that. But
it was a very interesting, the book goes much deeper than just my training, and it talks about me and obviously my relationship with my father, but it also talks about the fact that I didn't have a mom in my life and how it shaped me as a person,
my character.
How does
it shape you as a person?
I think as I grow older, I have a growing curiosity about my other half, and my dad did a wonderful job raising me, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But at the same time, there is always, like I said, a growing curiosity about my other half and kind of why I was brought up the way I was. But in a household, like many American households, we were a single-parent household, and my relationship with my father was strengthened because he was the only person I had in his life, and I was the only person that, it was kind of vice versa. And the fact that I didn't have a mom was, like I said, it was a challenge, it was a struggle, but we made the best of it, and because of that, my relationship with my dad is that much stronger.
Yeah, and you put your dad through a lot, particularly as an adolescent. I mean, you were skating, you were good, but yeah, you were crazy.
I was crazy.
You were hanging out with a very bad crowd.
I was hanging out with definitely the wrong crowd, and if it wasn't for sport and my father, I probably would have been a fallen statistic. I mean, I literally say that.
You told me once you thought you might have been dead. You were hanging out with kids with drugs and guns.
I would be dead, I would be in jail, and I wouldn't have gone down the right path. But luckily, I had a great dad in my life, which, that's what inspires me to want to give back to those kids in middle school. Post-Olympic Games, I teamed up with an organization called the Century Council. We created this program called the Ask, Listen, Learn program, and I go around the different middle schools, and I talk to them about being inspired, about never giving up, about it doesn't matter how you start, it's about how you finish. A lot of times in life, we don't know the type of cards that we're going to be dealt, but we have to play with the hand that we're dealt. And I'm trying to teach these kids at the same time about staying positive, staying active, and doing the right things in life. Because not everybody had a Yuki Ono or a father like I did in my life.
Absolutely.
So we want to live a life in pursuit of zero regrets and That's the whole point of the book, is to inspire people, get them motivated, and live with passion, because life truly is too short to just go through the motions.
And yes or no, Sochi? Just say yes. Just say yes.
I'll be there. I'm just not sure with my skates.
Oh, devil. All right. Apolo Ohno, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The book is Zero Regrets, Be Greater Than Yesterday.